One of the biggest problems you may be having with your serve is that you're off balance. And we got a comment at the channel asking, how do you improve your balance on the serve? Well, we're gonna cover that in today's lesson. My name is Jeff Salzenstein. I'm the founder of Tennis Evolution, one of the leading online tennis instruction websites in the world. Passionate about helping players with their game, especially their serves. And they don't call me the serve surgeon for nothing, because I focus on the details and I break it down for you in a way that will allow you to not only improve your serve, but to actually transform it. And today we're going to talk about balance. It's not talked about a lot with the serve, but today I want you to be aware of how do you feel on your serve after you hit the ball. So you can focus on your toss, you can focus on keeping your head up and using your legs and turning your shoulders and dropping the racket, all of this, all the different components that go into the serve, and they're all important. But do you really spend a lot of time on your balance? And do you know how to focus on your balance? So that's what today's lesson's all about. So I want you to pay attention to your serve, that when you finish your serve, what are you doing with your balance? Are you falling left? Are you falling right? Are you falling back? Are you, when you serve, are you sticking your butt out like this? What are you doing? Do you even know? So put some video on your serve and see what you're doing. So let me break down some steps that can really help. Now, the first step that I'm going to focus on is, what is your balance like when you land? So the way that I like to check it is, at the end of a serve, I want to see what your balance is after you land and you take that next step. So a lot of players, when they serve, sometimes their toss drifts over their head, so that when they land, they're falling this way. So you have to become aware of that. The only way you can become aware of that is if you check your balance at the end of the shot. It's too hard to tell yourself to be balanced at the beginning or even at contact. It's too difficult to focus. It's best to focus at the end of the stroke, to calibrate everything, to see how your body was and see how your swing was. So you go out on a court on your own, you practice your serve, and you want to notice when you land, are you on balance like this? Notice my balance right here. Most players can't find this. A lot of players, and we're talking about those that can jump. We'll get into players that can't jump in a minute. But a lot of players, when they jump, they take a really big step to try to find their balance. So they're going to land one, and they'll take a big step to try to get their equilibrium like this. You actually want to practice having a more narrow step after you land. So when you land, you'll see if I turn sideways, I'm not in a very wide base here. A lot of players, they step forward very far like this and they're off balance. So we want to avoid that. Practice, this is hard. I mean, I've done this with players where they can't seem to get this for a while unless I really spot check them. So you're going to have to be diligent with your balance. Now, when I get to this position right here, I should be able to tap my back foot. Just like if I was hitting a forehand, I should be able to tap my back foot. If I land like this and I'm falling left trying to tap, or I'm falling right, or I'm falling back, or I'm going to know. I'm going to know that. That's why we do it. That's why we land and we hold. And you can see I can pick up this leg and balance it. You can practice single leg balance drills. Now, I do see a lot of players. I had one junior player send me a video and they were doing this. And they were trying to balance. I'm not a big proponent of that. And the reason being is a lot of players don't have the plyometric strength, the explosive strength to be able to land and hold this. Their hip is going to wobble, their knee is going to wobble, especially, you see with some female athletes, when they land, they go valgus, their knee caves in. So now they're trying to work on their balance, but their knee is caving in. That defeats the purpose. So I like the land, and then let's give you another step here. Let's get you solid on your front foot right here. So I call it the 1-2 balance. You go 1, 2, and then can you tap the back leg? Can you tap the back leg? All you have to do now is video your serve and see if you can find this balance position. That's how you'll improve your balance. And what's really cool about this is that if you get this down, you'll actually improve your toss location. Because what's going to happen, instead of telling yourself toss it left or right, which you can do, that can help, you want to focus on, if I land and I fall this way, now I know. So the next time I need to try to overcompensate and be upright and balanced like this. And when I say upright, I'm still bent over a little bit in the upper body, but I'm in line. I'm not leaning left or right, left here or right here. I'm not leaning either direction. I'm just on balance when I land. So that's one of my biggest tips for balance, and it's hard for a lot of players. It looks easy, but that's because I've been practicing it for years. But again, you can get your toss in the right place just by focusing on your balance. And sometimes I'll tell people, hey, don't worry about your toss. If it drifts over here, work on your balance like this. If it drifts over here, work on your balance. Don't chase a bad toss, okay? But eventually you'll start to find the toss when you over and over again find your balance. The problem is when you chase tosses and you do another rep where you're off balance. Another little tip I can give you here is when you land, if you're off balance like this, instead of going, oh man, that was so bad. I see that a lot. You get to this position and now correct it. So don't bail out of that rep. Don't leave that repetition. Come back and stick the landing. Get it down. Practice it. Now, for those of you who don't jump, you've been patiently waiting. I want to talk about your balance. Very similar concept. If you don't jump, if you're not an advanced player and you don't jump on your serve, what you can do is when you're done, you're stepping into the court and you're doing the exact same thing I just showed with a jump. Your stance is the same. You're not going to step in to the side. You're not going to step in with a massive step. You're going to have a smaller step. So you're going to step through and you're balanced and you should be able to tap. So all we're doing is we're just eliminating the jump and the landing. Now we're just hitting and we're doing a small step in, and now we're checking the balance and we're seeing if we can tap that back foot. It's as simple as that. Now, one thing I forgot to mention is the pinpoint stance. You'll have players, when they toss the ball, they bring this back foot up, and the ones that bring it up far like this might have a harder time being balanced, because right here, it's not a very stable position. To bring this foot up it's not very stable. You're a little off balance when you're in this position, but if you jump, you can jump and then find this position when you're done. I would prefer, if you're in a pinpoint, that you bring this back foot up behind the front foot and you feel like you're in balance, and then when you jump, you land in the same fashion. It's as simple as that. So to review, when you're working on your balance with your serve, you're going to focus on the finish, the end of the swing, the balance with your body. You're going to focus on making sure that if you do jump, when you land, the second foot comes in. You're not going to just land and stop and try to balance. Now, you can work on your balance just standing here, but I don't like players jumping and landing. It's a lot of stress on that foot, and you have to be very advanced to be able to handle that over and over again. So what I would do is I would get to this position and work on the balance. If you don't jump, you're just going to step into the court and you're going to check your balance. This is a great fundamental tip to help you with your serve balance. I hope it helped you today. As the serve surgeon, I'm committed to helping you and others all over the world take their serve to the next level, and the rest of their game for that matter. Leave a comment or question below. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And before you go today, I've got a free membership to offer you today. 21 lessons. Absolutely free, no credit cards required. Click the link in the description below or somewhere in this video to get access to all of this amazing premium content that you're going to absolutely love. So thanks for your time today. I'm passionate about helping you. I want to help you get to the next level. That's what I'm here for. Thanks for your time today. See ya.